Hello, everybody. This is Stuck on the Moon, also known as Stucky. Today, I have an update video for the models that we decided to submerge in LA's Totally Awesome, which are the models on the left hand side. They are the fine cast and resin models, the ones that you would normally see from the Horus Heresy range on Forge World, as well as the other fine cast models that you could probably also find on GW's website. On the right hand side are the normal plastic models that you would get in the more current year under GW's website as well. They're the standard powered armor Space Marines. And the way I did this was a lot of painters, as well as those that want to strip their paints, often share a type of collective worry on the fear of damaging their models when it comes down to stripping them. And I can tell you that, at least for the fine cast and resin models, there were no issues whatsoever when they were put in the LA's Totally Awesome. There was no melting of models. The models didn't crack. They didn't, break or anything like that. No issues to be reported. There are quite a few of them that I did look at, even though there's only a few of them right here being displayed. I did take a look at the majority of the models that are in the tub right now, and they're all pretty much fine. There's no damage, no cracked parts, nothing melted or any of that nature. So I think, at least in my experience, it's safe to say that you can in fact put fine cast and resin models in LA's Totally Awesome. Now, for the purple drink, or also known as super clean, you could also put resin and fine cast in there, because this Marine right here, the one that should be holding the melt-a-gun, which is right there, he's holding a resin melt-a-gun. And again, it's not melted, no crack or anything like that, no damages or anything of that nature. So I would say it's also safe to say you can put resin and fine cast models in super clean. Now, I will say this. I'm assuming the person that I bought the majority of these models from use Citadel paints, because all of the paints are coming off relatively quickly and fast, and that has been my experience so far with Citadel, as well as even P3 paints, because those are the two paints that I often use. I don't know what to say about Vallejo or any other type of paints. I encourage you guys to do further research before you guys just submerge your models in either the super clean or LA's Totally Awesome, because who knows, maybe some of the paints can have a reaction towards the products and it ends up melting your models or destroying them. So do keep that in mind. But at least in my experience so far, there is nothing to report in the sense of damages or destruction of said models. Again, the ones on my left hand side have been submerged in LA's Totally Awesome, and so far they are safe. All I have done so far, besides taking them out as well as just drying them, was, prior to drying them, I ran them under some hot water, and then and there the majority of the paint just came off. For the models on my right hand side, they were submerged in super clean, and it was the same process. I ran them under hot or warm water, and the paint just came off. You guys can see, at least from right here, this view, the LA's Totally Awesome has turned into a rather dark green slash black. I'm probably going to replace that and put in some fresh LA's Totally Awesome. The same thing goes for the super clean. It was a purple color, now it is black. So I would say a lot of the the paint and the primer that was even underneath came off, because the majority of these models had black primer. Interesting enough, a lot of these models that have the darker primers, black and even dark blue, were for Death Guard or the 30K variety. So I'm not really sure what that painter was doing, using very dark colors to prime the Death Guard of the 30K era, which, for those, as a side note, for those that are interested in collecting them, they actually have like a white armor. They tend to have white armor. So kind of an interesting choice of primer for that. So fortunately, it came off. The only thing I can report is there is a slight discoloration for the resin or plastic, I would say. But other than that, you wouldn't even notice it that much, because you're just going to slap primer on it over again. some of the bits came off with no damage, as well as even the bases. So it's pretty good. We don't need to use any knives or anything of that nature that can possibly even damage the models. So that's always good to see. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to replace the product, put in fresh product in each of the bins, and wait another week. And then I'll take out the models and start scrubbing them with the toothbrush. And again, use a toothbrush that you're not going to use to brush your teeth. And from there, I'll make another update video. So in about a week and a half or so, I will do another update video to show you guys how they came out. And then from there, we can start doing some, army building, because there are quite a few models besides these ones that are in these current tubs that I'm currently stripping off the paint, because it's relatively easier to get a lot of model lots off of eBay, cheaper and faster than buying, fresh, I guess, products off of Games Workshop or Forge World. So that's been the update video. As per usual, take safety measures when dealing with these chemicals. I suggest using them in an open environment, or at least have all your windows open. Use gloves so you don't have any other issues with exposing these chemicals to your hands and other skin areas. That does cause severe dryness and cracking of your skin, so keep that in mind. Other than that, I hope everyone else has a safe day. You guys all have a good morning or a good night, and happy wargaming. This has been Stuck on the Moon, also known as Stucky, and I am signing off.